Hi, I'm Julia. I live in France, and I'm the girl with the perfect life, curious about what perfect means. Let's stick around to find out. By the way, please like and subscribe for Luna Avatar. I grew up in a well-off family. My dad is a successful entrepreneur. Every venture he started turned into a gold mine. My mom is an international artist. In my parents' eyes, I'm a diamond ring, and they spoiled me endlessly. Anything I touched, my dad would buy for me. On my 10th birthday, I asked my dad if I could start ballet lessons, and he built a huge dance studio in our backyard. My friends were jealous when they saw it.
Oh, Dad, you are the most awesome person alive!
I only did a small thing for my treasure. And remember the doctor's advice, sweetheart. Don't get overexcited.
Yep, I get worse when I worry or get too joyful. Overall, my life is perfect, and every kid dreams of being me. But as I grew up, things started to change. Dad was often busy at the company and rarely came home, and Mom was touring everywhere. We didn't spend much time together, and I was also busy with my own life. At least we still had our annual family vacation on my birthday. I'm really eager to go to China for my 18th birthday. It's wrong to count your chickens before they hatch. My parents' decision ruined everything.
Julia, your mom and I have decided to separate.
What? Separate? But why?
Baby, we're getting a divorce.
Are you serious, Mom? Dad?
We felt stuck in a hole for a long time.
Are you saying we're not a happy family? I've owned every collection before they were even released. You have fame, and Dad has mansions and a private yacht. We have an amazing life. We are happy people.
We're not happy together. We don't want to continue like this forever. It's better for us to separate now.
No way! I'll do whatever it takes to stop this!
Sorry, Julia, but it doesn't depend on you. Your dad and I need to free each other. Don't you feel like you're being selfish, only wanting to keep all the good things for yourself?
I got mad, threw a vase, ran to my room, and slammed the door. A few weeks later, Mom moved out and they officially divorced. The days that followed were the worst of my life. I imprisoned myself in my room and cried. It was such a crisis for a fragile soul like me. I overthought ways to reverse everything, but my plans soon went down the cliff when Dad told me that. He is dating a woman and wants me to meet her at dinner tonight. Of course, I hate it, but I don't want to make Dad sad. I have no choice. I arrived at the meeting point and saw my dad standing side by side with an elegant lady and a girl.
You must be Julia. I'm Kayla. Your dad has told me so much about you.
Oh, thank God, my father just talked about you to me this morning. You know, he has a wife and I don't think he should have a girlfriend. No, I must call you a home.
Homewrecker?
Haha, Julia just wants to make everyone laugh. She's so talkative.
Right! Laugh every moment you can because your time dating my dad won't last long.
Enough! Julia!
Never mind, Dad. I find her quite interesting. By the way, I'm Doris. It's nice to meet you. Why don't we go out and have some fun?
Wait, did this girl just call my dad Dad? Jerk, I follow her to see what stupid things she will do.
She showed me around, and everywhere was filled with her awards. Even while sitting in the living room, my dad couldn't stop talking about Doris's perfection, which drove me crazy.
Doris is not only academically talented, but also an amazing ballet dancer. Julia, you should also hear Doris sing. Her voice is like an angel.
Thanks, Dad. Lame. Sounds good, but I don't care. Everyone's a singer these days, and I'm a perfect dancer, by the way.
To prove it, I got up from the chair and showed off my acrobatic skills. Unexpectedly, I lost my balance and fell hard on the floor. Dad rushed to help me, and I was so embarrassed. A few days later, things got even worse when I encountered Doris in the hallway.
Are you daring to tail me?
No. Our dad just enrolled me at your school. By the way, how's your arm? You took quite a fall. I used to be a gymnast, so if you want, I can give you some tips to recover quicker.
Oh, that's kind of you, but it's none of your business. Besides, he's my dad, not our dad. You might fool everyone with your pretty face, but I won't be fooled. Witchy!
I walked away before she could respond. I was really annoyed that everyone around seemed to admire her. The girls praising her style, and the guys were fighting each other to talk to her.
Look at her, trying to slay as much as possible. I just want to rush in and scratch that dirty face.
I understand your feeling. I hate home wreckers, but I think you're giving her more attention than she deserves. Julia, you're so much more beautiful and intelligent than she is.
Amber's right. I'm so much more perfect than she is, and I'm rich. Why can't I snatch her spotlight? Everything would have been fine if I hadn't walked by the dance studio and inadvertently overheard her conversation with another girl.
She'd better have good manners. I mean, it's not my fault if her parents don't want to live together, right?
Right, she's such a weirdo, but you're really gorgeous. Where do you get your hair done? Give me the stylist's number.
Doris is laughing. I have to show her who I really am. The next day, in our swimming class, I gave Doris the friendliest smile. She seemed confused until she opened her bag and a bunch of cockroaches spilled out. Doris jumped up and bumped into the guy next to her, and they both fell into the pool. I couldn't stop laughing. Another time, in basketball class, I swapped Doris's clothes with a medieval outfit, and she walked out looking like a ridiculous clown. Everyone rushed over to comfort her while I stood in the corner laughing my head off. Suddenly, Amber leaned in close to me.
It's you?
Yep, Doris looked like a rat just crawled out of the sewer. Smart move, right?
No, Julia, it's bullying. It's not the right way to get revenge on someone.
You mean my pranks are still too gentle? Okay, I'll need to step up my game with harsher ones to dump her and her mom from my family life, so my mom will come back.
It's impossible, Julia. Doris and her mom are not the cause. The issues are with your mom and dad.
Shut up! Oh, I forgot. Your mom witnessed firsthand her husband with another woman in their bedroom. You know my dad isn't cheating like that?
The moment I said it, I regretted it immediately. I was stunned to see a group of people standing behind, eavesdropping. Amber was shocked and shouted,
You're the cruel witch. That night, my mood was at rock bottom, so I went home early. But when I came through the door, I saw Kayla sneaking around talking to someone on the phone. I went closer to eavesdrop on their conversation. Suddenly my phone rang, and Kayla immediately hung up and turned to look at me with a confused expression.
Hey, sweetie, why are you back home so soon?
You, stop calling me that. Where's my dad?
I don't know. Maybe he has an appointment.
She quickly passed by me to leave, and a bunch of money accidentally fell out of her handbag. She seemed panicked, hurriedly stuffing it back into her bag before leaving in a rush. Why does she act so weird? Afterwards, I went out for dinner with Dad. I couldn't hide my suspicions about his girlfriend, so I asked him,
Does Kayla know the safes combination?
What? Why do you ask me that?
Dad, don't you think she might have fallen for you because of the money? I tried to look up information about her, but found nothing. What if she's a scammer, spy, or something like that?
No way you're overthinking, Julia. She loves me and we're happy together.
Those words made my heart split apart. The next day, when I walked into class, I saw Amber sitting next to Doris. I walked over and slammed my book down on the desk.
Are you trying to get back at me by hanging out with that witch's daughter? I thought you hated her. Bestie!
No, Julia, you're the only one who hates her. I hate you, and Doris feels the same.
No, Julia, I'm sure you didn't mean it like that. Why don't you join us? I think we can work things out.
Freak, don't act like you're an angel. You're so fake.
Don't care about her, Doris. Making her understand this is as hard as getting a duck to dance.
Haha, you're just a duck quack. Quack! I'll show you who you're messing with.
I pushed Amber and she fell to the ground. Doris rushed to help her. At that moment, the teacher walked in and called me a troublemaker, punishing me to stand in the hallway. After that, I often bullied classmates, skipped classes, and failed subjects. My parents put me in a reform school, but eventually they gave up. My hatred for them grew stronger, and I decided to get revenge on Doris. The perfect opportunity came when my dad organized a birthday party for Doris. I had a chance to humiliate her. That night when the party started, I saw Kayla sneaking out to the backyard and talking to someone mysterious. I moved closer to listen to their conversation, my heart pounding as if it was going to burst out.
I said don't come here.
You didn't answer the phone. I need to make sure that both you and Doris are okay.
We're better than ever. You came here for the money, didn't you? Here it is.
Thanks, by the way. I just want to say secrets are no longer secrets when two people know them.
I have no other choice. I don't want anyone to find out who I really am. So, take this money and keep your idiot mouth shut.
The mysterious guy jumped through the wall in an instant. Kayla turned around, and when she saw me behind her, she accidentally dropped the glass. Her face went pale.
I was right. You and Doris are the scammers.
Julia, it's not what you think.
Really? Or maybe a super thief or a wanted criminal. I will expose the dirty faces of both of you.
Kayla tried to stop me, but I ran inside and straight to the main stage. I turned off the music and plugged in my phone. As the man's voice started playing, Doris suddenly began to tremble. At that moment, Dad rushed over and grabbed my phone, throwing it down to the floor.
Dad, why did you do that?
I'm going crazy from your ridiculous pranks.
Ridiculous? Oh my God, these two have deceived you. She gave money to a stranger to keep some terrible secret. Dad, you've been fooled by these witches.
No, because I know the truth. The money you're talking about belongs to Kayla, not me.
And Dad told me everything. Kayla had lived in hell while married to a thug, and Doris is their daughter.
I didn't want my daughter to live in a toxic environment for even one more second. So, one day, when my daughter was 3 years old, I stole money from my ex-husband and ran away with Doris. We changed our names, and things started to get better. but I was always afraid that Doris's father might find us one day. The man you saw is someone I hired to protect us.
But Mom, you told me that Dad was a police officer and that he passed away before I was born.
Sorry, Doris. I don't want to mention that bastard.
Haha, what a birthday surprise! Thanks, Julia. You've succeeded in ruining my party and even my family. Are you happy now?
Doris, I don't know.
I tried to be kind because I saw you were hurting from your parents' divorce. But now I realize you only wanted to get revenge on me. It's awful, and I don't want to see your face anymore.
I felt very ashamed. Doris cried and ran to her room. I wanted to apologize, but my dad kicked me out of the house. That night, I wandered the streets, reflecting on how selfish I'd been and how blinded I was to place all the blame on Doris. It's the first time in my life I've felt this kind of regret and guilt. The next morning, Dad sadly told me that Doris and Kayla had gone to the airport to leave for London. I rushed to the airport to find them.
What are you doing here?
I don't want you to leave. Listen, Doris, I was selfish and jealous. I thought you came to take everything from me. My dad, my best friend, my life. You were right. I was truly selfish.
You know, we've moved around a lot, and I didn't have any siblings or friends. I was genuinely excited to think that I finally had a stable place in a family. I wasn't trying to steal anything from you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Can we become a family?
Are you serious?
Yes, it's all from the heart. And we went back home.
The next day, I went to Amber's house to apologize to her.
Amber, I'm so sorry. I was a terrible friend. I hurt you when you were trying to help me do the right thing.
Amber smiled and walked toward me.
I'm not holding a grudge. Why don't we go on a trip to China?
Hi, I'm Nancy from Nevada. Before I start my action movie story, please like and subscribe. Being stuck in the orphanage, you would think snagging a new foster home would be lit. But nah, not for me. I messed up every shot by acting all crazy and throwing tantrums that made couples think twice. I'd seen firsthand how kids were moved from foster home to foster home, like there's some unwanted goods. And I didn't want that to ever be me, until Mr. and Mrs. John were the most interesting couple I'd ever seen.
We've heard nothing but great things about you, Pet. I hope we get along.
Yeah, fun. Can we just go now? Oh, I just knew living with them had to be interesting, but nothing could have prepared me for the next incredibly crazy week of my life. After driving for a few minutes in their tinted SUV, we stopped outside a huge mansion. Just then, Mrs. John handed me a carton filled with a box of cookies. Oh, are you trying to bribe me with these?
They're not for you. Deliver them to that mansion.
Wait, what in the world do you think I am?
Hey, kiddo, don't worry. We'll reward you for this. All you have to do is ring a bell and leave before the door opens. Now be quick!
It was all very confusing for me. I wanted to say no, but the cold look on their faces made me think again. Okay, chill out, Crazilla. I did as I was told and rang the bell. But before I could get away, I tripped and fell, face first. And it must have triggered an alarm system because the whole compound instantly started blaring red and sprinklers came on. And just then, Mr. John grabbed me. And the next minute, we're in the car and gone within seconds. So cookies, huh? Is that like my new job description? Great task for a girl guide, am I right? No one said a word, and we rode in silence. But what were the cookies all about? About an hour later, we pulled up to this large mansion. And when I walked in it, it was clear that this was not an ordinary home. There were a bunch of kids doing different things all over the house. Some were dancing, others were training in karate, and others were busy clacking on their laptops like maniacs. Gosh, why did they adopt me when they had these many kids already? I was kind of freaked out seeing the entire scenario of the mansion. It was like a whooping kids' mill, and I was hit with the freaking rules before I could even say hi to anyone. Not that anyone wanted to talk to me. They just glared at me like I had two poops on my head.
Lights out at 7 p.m. sharp. Breakfast at 5 a.m.
5 a.m., that's ridiculous.
Talking back and being disobedient will get you in a chokey.
A chokey? That can't be a real thing.
It is. And I can't wait for you to end up there.
Ha ha ha. Who was she? And what was she so excited about?
No phones or social media.
What? I'm gonna miss some of my avatar stories on YouTube without my phone. Anyway, things just got even worse that night when I heard weird noises outside and saw a huge truck loading stuff into the barn in the backyard. I literally wanted to run away instantly because I sensed something really horrible was going on in there. Curious, I crept out to the barn to take a closer look. But just then, someone appeared behind me.
I knew you were up to no good, new girl.
You're the choky girl.
You!
She glared at me angrily, but before she could answer, Mrs. John showed up.
What are you girls doing here when you should be sleeping?
I caught her sneaking around, Mom. I was about to bring her to you.
Thank you, Kylie. You can go back to bed now.
That little snitch!
You!
Oh gee, how did I get out here? I must have sleepwalked again. Oops, I'll just go back to sleep now. Nighty-night. As I rushed back to the house, I spotted a boy on the other side of the barn trying to hide. So, the next day, while everyone was busy, I pretend slept all the way to the barn and bumped butts with someone.
Hey, watch where you're. Wow, you're so pretty.
Are you seriously hitting on me right now? Dude!
Oh.
Wait, you're that guy I saw from last night. Nosy much?
Huh? Look who's talking. Anyway, I'm Isaac. We can't be seen here together. Come on.
He took me to a corner and revealed that he was new here, but he had a feeling that something strange was going on.
A truck goes out every night, comes back after 3 hours, then they offload stuff from it. The barn doors and windows are always tightly shut, so I don't know what's in there.
We should totally find out what's in there. Chill, I have an idea. So that night, after dinner, Isaac and I met up outside the barn, jumped into the truck, and hid in a corner behind a cardboard box. A few minutes later, we heard feet. The door was shut, and the truck started moving.
We have 30 minutes in and out just like we've done before. Got it?
What the heck was going on? A little while later, the truck pulled up, and after everyone left, Isaac and I came out. Ow, gosh, my legs fell asleep.
Well, better wake them up because we don't have much time.
And that's when I saw it. Holy smokes, I've been here before.
What?
It's the house the Johns had made me deliver cookies at the day they adopted me. We watched through the window as the masked kids turned the rooms in our view upside down, throwing anything valuable in a bag. Jewelry, paintings, even expensive cutlery. They were going for everything. Oh my goodness! They're robbing rich people. But where are the owners? Within minutes, they were done and rushed out as Isaac and I ran back into the truck and hid behind the box. By now, it had become clear that we'd been adopted by a bunch of crooks. We had to get to the bottom of this, so we came up with a plan. But as soon as we tried to sneak back into the mansion, we got caught.
What do we have here?
Why is she always trailing us? Hey, Kylie, you can't tell anyone you saw us, okay? Just let us in and we'll get you more pink hair dye. Come on, girl!
Do you think I'm stupid?
Kylie, come on.
Ma! Just then, Isaac covered her mouth and we dragged her outside.
Shh. I'll remove my hand if you promise not to scream.
Kylie, please, it's really important. I'll get you more. Another pink teddy. Everything pink. I'll work my butt off just for you. Just hear us out. Isaac, let go of her. And we explained where we were and what we had seen. But it was like talking to a brick wall.
I can't believe you'd accuse Mom and Dad of something like that.
They were right about you all along. I know you don't believe us, but we have proof. We just have to get into the barn. Then you can see the stuff they stole tonight. Kylie wasn't convinced, and we were determined to prove ourselves. Minutes later, we managed to break the barn door lock. But spoiler alert! There was nothing in there except cleaning detergents and materials, food supplies, and other boring stuff. What happened to all the jewelry and expensive stuff they stole earlier?
Now you're really in trouble.
Kylie! But it was too late! Mrs. John had heard the commotion and was standing right behind us.
They were in the truck and claiming that you guys are crooks or something.
Thanks, Pet. You're doing a good job keeping an eye on the troublemakers.
Seriously, man, we saw where you were and what you did. Isaac, tell them!
I didn't see anything. I don't know what she's talking about, Mrs. J, by the way. Is that a new scarf? It looks amazing on you. I'll go back to bed now.
What? That freaking coward! Ugh, I was boiling with anger as I watched him practically run away.
Ha 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 ha! Your little boyfriend totally threw you under the bus. It must really suck to be you.
First of all, he's not my boyfriend. And secondly...
That's enough! Kylie, dear, I brought you your favorite marshmallows. Be a darling and let me talk to Nancy here.
She skipped out of the barn like she just won a lottery. For whatever reason, it was clear by now that she was the couple's little pet for sure. But the minute she walked out, Mrs. John turned cold as an iceberg. She doesn't know the truth, does she?
She's too slow and a little pathetic and talks too much. But you're smart! I knew the minute I saw you, you'd fit the team perfectly.
You won't get away with this.
I was gonna give you more time to settle in, but you seem very curious, so get ready for your second mission since you failed terribly on your first.
The next morning, I received an invitation and a red dress on my bed. According to this, I was expected to attend a very important ball in the next 3 days, and I was supposed to learn how to waltz. What in the freaking coconuts? I've never waltzed a day in my life. I wanted to rip off the dress, but to fulfill my mission, I had to agree to everything they said. 2 days of intense dance lessons and my trainer's swollen toes. Later, I was ready to go. I didn't even know who my dance partner was. I walked in and saw Isaac at the center stage in a freaking 2-piece suit. Gosh, was he always this handsome? It was like I was seeing him for the first time. And when he took my hand to the dance floor, I felt like a princess.
Wow, you look so beautiful.
Even his voice was melting my heart. Nope, nope, snap out of it, girl. This is not the time. Don't think I forgot how you left me alone the other day, you coward.
I'm sorry we had to carry out with the plan.
Guys, I have an idea. They're going to pay for this.
She turned out to be pretty smart. So with her help, we found out that there would be a ball. And the Johns were planning to use us and other kids to steal from the mayor's wife and other rich guests at the ball. So we took pictures of everything thanks to a phone Kylie stole for us, recorded everything, and put it all in a flash disk. And that's how we ended up here. If you're watching this, Mrs. Mayor, I'm really sorry about your expensive Louis Vuitton. A few hours after the ball, the police raided the Johns' home and found everything as we'd presented it in the flash disk. The kids' records were also cleared, and they were put in good foster homes. After a few weeks, Isaac, Kylie, and I got sponsors who sent us to campus. Kylie and I studied to be social workers and help protect kids, while Isaac joined a police academy. Hi, I'm Katie from San Francisco. Before I tell you more, please like and subscribe. My dad is a rich business investor and mom was a world-famous fashion model, and I was just like her, only more beautiful, with pink-blue hair, blue eyes, and the bone structure of a goddess. People would trip over their shoelaces to see me, and I was insanely popular in school. But at home, my twin brother Robert took the cake. Unlike me, who liked to go out with friends and parties, Robert spent his time at home getting great days in school and helping Dad in business. And he never forgot to rub his achievements in my face.
It seems dear Dad was so pleased with my assistance in that lucrative deal that he decided to give me the world on a silver platter. And by world, I mean private jet.
What are you babbling about? Talk like a normal person.
That's gifting me a jet.
Good. Now use it to find someone who can tolerate you for more than 30 seconds. Oh wait, that's impossible.
Say what you want. I know you're jealous.
In your dreams, loser. That weekend, I bawled my eyes out in front of Dad to buy me the most expensive pair of shoes, and Robert hated it. He couldn't stop complaining about how I was a good-for-nothing spoiled brat. It wasn't my fault that I had more sparkling personality than he did, but despite being the definition of perfection, there was one thing I wasn't so good at, being smart. And this one time I got it a week before my sweet 16 party, and this girl in my school sold me some kind of magic potion.
Apply it twice a day, using peacock feathers only. The secret ingredient is sourced from the purest water of River Ganges in India. So always say a big namaste before applying this.
Of course that girl was lying, and I ended up breaking out worse than ever. I swore never to fall for another trick like this again, but a week later I was shopping online and ended up falling for a credit card fraud scam. When Dad found out, he was not happy.
You take everything for granted. Katie, look at Robert. He's your age and already helping me with business. Why can't you be more like him?
Because then I'll have to be boring like He Island.
I'm not boring. I just don't like blowing up money on useless things like you do.
It's called experiencing life. You should try it. It's fun.
And you should try to become more responsible instead of being so spoiled and selfish.
Blah blah blah. You're such a snooze bust.
Okay, I've had enough. Robert is right. You need to understand the value of money. That's why I'm taking your credit card away.
How am I supposed to pay for things then?
Just come to the office tomorrow and I'll find you a job. Earn your money and the card is yours.
I did what Dad said and went to the office, but I was bad at everything. I jacked up the printer, spilled coffee on expensive documents, and mailed the wrong file to the wrong client, which cost us a huge deal. I tried apologizing, but Dad blasted me in front of the whole office, cut me off for 3 months, and it was super embarrassing. I was sobbing in the lift lobby when Robert walked up to me.
Can you stop hyperventilating? It's not the end of the world.
Of course at Island, I need money for clothes, makeup, and shopping. I cannot be seen in the same outfit twice. Oh my god, this is a mess.
Your materialism is nauseating, but if you want, I'll talk to Dad to reinstate your privileges.
Really? You would do that for me?
Only if you do something for me. There's this guy in my school, Jason, who's constantly knocking me off the top spot. Your job is to make him fall in love with you and keep him distracted.
You want me to impress a guy? I can do it in my sleep with a face mask on while getting a pedicure.
Let me finish. If Jason knows you're my sister, he'll never entertain you. You need to get a makeover. Now, do we have a deal?
How do I know you won't back out?
I won't. I'm a man of my word.
Yeah. Not going to cut it. I'm shedding my beautiful personality to help you, so I need reassurance.
I'm surprised you know that word, but fine, I'll draw a proper contract.
The next day, Robert signed the contract and enrolled me in his school under a different name. He told Dad I was going for a yoga retreat to India, and the same night I moved to the beach house. I changed my hair, 4 lenses, did some makeup, and a week later I was ready to step into my new life as Masha. On my first day, I walked into school feeling confident, but my stupid fake glasses kept sliding off my face. I was just adjusting them when I missed a step, flew right into someone and fell on my butt. I'm sorry, but are you blind or a complete moron? Before I could finish, I looked up and saw a very handsome guy staring at me. Jason. Robert had shown me his pictures, but that was nothing compared to how he actually looked, only taller, cuter, and way more hotter. It was literally speechless.
You were saying something.
Me? Well, I'm always saying something. Why don't you say something? Something.
What?
You're absolutely sorry. I'm sorry. And new Masha. I'm new to the school and my name's Masha.
Good for you. Now can you move? You're in my way.
Aren't we all in each other's way? You meet someone and you get to know them and find out that they're the one you've been waiting for all your life. It's destiny, or luck, or just how the world works. You see where I'm going with this? But Jason just turned around and left without even answering me. That's kind of rude. Since my first interaction with Jason pretty much blew up in my face, I decided to up my game and up for all the same classes Jason was in. I guess luck was on my side because we got paired up as partners in biology class. We meet again. I'm starting to think this is destiny.
And I'm starting to think you're stalking me.
What? No. The teacher thought it would be a good idea to pair the new girl with the smartest guy in class. I'm guessing that's you. You know, biology is in fact one of my favorite subjects. It's just amazing how we can explore so much about nature with. Pardon me for asking, but is that a dead cockroach?
Yeah, You have a problem.
Nope, none at all. I love cockroaches there. Excuse me? And with that, I just rushed out of the class and barfed all over the washroom floor. That night, I stalked Jason on social media and found out that apart from being a genius, he was also a big football fan. So I booked 2 very expensive front row tickets to the latest game. And the next day when I saw Jason, I walked up to him.
Can I help you?
You tell me, can you be helped?
Are you done being weird? Because I don't like talking to people while I eat.
We don't have to talk. I'll just sit here and… So I was wondering, what are you doing this Friday? I have 2 front row tickets to tonight's football game in case you're interested. Just as a thank you for helping me in biology class.
Oh wow, these seats have the best view.
That's what I'm talking about, and these were so hard to get.
My little brother would be thrilled.
Sorry, what? I think there's some confusion.
Thank you, Masha. I hope to see you in biology today.
And Jason again got up and left, leaving me completely dumbfounded. What the heck just happened? This was the 3rd time in a row I had made a complete fool of myself in front of Jason, but I wasn't going to let go that easily. So I swallowed my pride and went to the game anyway. I wore my best outfit and walked straight to Jason's seats. When I saw him sitting there with a girl, I felt a pang of jealousy. As I marched up to him, Jason looked at me and jumped in shock.
Masha, what are you doing here?
I came to see if you're having fun with your little brother, but I guess you're having more fun than I'd expected. You lied to me so you could come here to spend time with this pathetic blonde twig.
What? Did you just call me?
A pathetic blonde twig. Are you deaf too? Should I call you a deaf blonde twig instead?
I'll show you what a blonde twig can do.
Saying that, the girl jumped on me and then we got into a fierce fight. It only ended when Jason had to call in 2 security guards to stop us. And we both got kicked out of the stadium. If that wasn't humiliating enough, Robert came to the beach house that evening and tore me apart.
What the heck is wrong with you?
I was just trying to get Jason's attention like you asked me to.
By behaving like an animal, I thought you could impress a guy in your sleep. Did you lose your brain while getting your hair changed or something?
It's not like that. Okay, I got the date. I was just not on it.
Yeah, and whose fault is that? Figure something out fast, Katie, or you can kiss your allowance goodbye.
I wanted to punch Robert in the face with a chair, but I decided to focus on the bigger picture. Jason was a different kind of guy, so if I needed his attention, I had to think out of the box. And I got my chance. A few days later, I was coming from the salon and I saw him going into a dark alley. I followed him and saw him exchanging an envelope. I wanted to see more, so I tiptoed my way to they get closer when this homeless guy popped out of nowhere.
Hey honey, what's a pretty girl like you doing here at this time of the hour?
That's none of your business.
Oh, but at Island, you look fancy. Got some money to spare?
Just as the man was about to come closer, someone suddenly flew in out of nowhere and kicked him away.
You've been following me?
Not intentionally. I was just in the neighborhood and saw you from a distance, so I thought I'd say hello. What were you doing in that alley?
That's none of your business.
Why are you screaming at me? I didn't know that this place is so unsafe. Why are you always so rude to me, Jason? All I've ever done is be nice to you, and I have these stupid feelings for you that I can't even control, and you keep yelling at me. Don't you think I'm pretty? Just tell me the truth.
Please, Masha, please don't cry. I'm sorry. I really am. I never meant to hurt you. You're very pretty. So pretty that my heart hurts every time I see you.
Really? You think I'm pretty?
I think that's a very well-established fact.
Then why were you at the game with that girl?
She was just a friend.
Jason wiped a tear off my cheek and my body went numb at his touch. We laughed and talked for a little while before Jason dropped me home. The next morning, I woke up to a text from him that he wanted to take me out. I was over the moon to finally get a date with Jason, but I didn't tell Robert anything because I didn't want to jinx it. And the date went really well. We watched a movie together, ate ice cream together, and took a walk together. And when he walked me home, he suddenly pulled me back and said,
"So you haven't had your perfect kiss yet, huh? Let's see if we can change that."
He leaned in to kiss me, and I kissed him back. In the end, helping Robert actually helped me find the love of my life. True success doesn't come from being handed everything. It comes from falling, growing, and having the courage to make things right. Hi everyone, I'm Jenny, aka the Jockey Barbie. But before I tell you how I got that nickname, please like and subscribe. Growing up, my sister Clara had always overshadowed me. When I was 6 and learned how to play the ukulele, Clara taught herself to play the violin. When I put on a puppet show for my parents with stuffed animals, Clara directed a whole play with actors in fancy sets and everything. One time when I was 12, the president and the first lady came to visit our house for dinner. It was a big deal. There were a bunch of reporters and the staff prepared the house for weeks. My dad was so nervous that he started yelling at a servant.
This is gold cutlery. I told you to use silver. The first lady hates gold. Fix it now.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Are you stupid?
When they walked away, I sneaked over to the servant, who was in tears. "You're doing a great job." And then I slipped her a huge tip. I put on my best dress for dinner. I thought I looked cute, at least until I saw Clara. She looked like an absolute princess. At first it made me feel invisible, but then then I decided to be brave. When it came time to serve the soup, I jumped up. I got this. I was thrilled. Finally, a chance to make mom and dad proud. I walked gingerly to the first lady, being extra careful, when suddenly a foot stuck out and tricked me. The bowl of soup flew off the tray and spilled onto the floor, startling the president and the first lady. When I stood up and saw Clara's smile, I understood everything.
Go to your room.
It wasn't my fault. It was Clara.
You're such an embarrassment.
The news was on television by midnight, and the next day, my parents sent me off to a boarding school on the other side of the country. It was lonely at first. My family was treating me like a black sheep, even though I'd done nothing wrong. My dad made sure my bank account was full, but he never had time to visit or even talk. I decided I couldn't spend all my time being homesick. I was going to make something of myself here. I signed up for all the top activities like horseback riding and ballet. By the time I was 16, I was #1 in all of them. I even ran for school president and won. Even though I was thriving, I didn't want to leave anything to chance, so I was always complimenting people and buying them gifts. I wanted people to like me, and it seemed to be working. With one exception, this boy Josh. Josh worked in the stables taking care of the horses and seemed immune to my compliments. Hey Josh, is that a new shirt? Looks nice.
It's old and covered in dirt. You don't have to try so hard to be liked, you know.
It was just a compliment. Geez.
It was a fake compliment. You might have everyone else here fooled, but not me.
What was his problem? He did have gorgeous eyes, though. How about I take you out for lunch at La Rosa? It's the fancy place by.
No, I don't need your bribes. Happy riding.
It wasn't a bribe, it was an invitation. But Josh had already walked away. With race day only a week away, I needed to focus on training. But as hard as I tried, my mind kept wandering back to Josh. Maybe the right gift would win him over. Hey Josh, I saw these boots and thought of you.
Told you I don't want your bribes.
Do you even know what a bribe is? I'm not asking for anything in return.
Yeah, you are. You're asking me to like you.
So you admit you don't like me? What did I do to you?
I didn't say I didn't like you. I just don't know the real you.
At that moment, he leaned in close to me. Oh, my heart fluttered. Was he about to kiss me? But then he stretched past me to adjust the saddle. I totally knew that's what he was doing. Why would I even want Josh to like me? He was always dirty, smelled like a farm, and he was the least friendly person I knew besides my sister Clara. On the day of the race, I was feeling nervous, but I stayed focused and came in first place. My parents hadn't visited me since I'd arrived, but part of me was still hoping to see them in the stands cheering me on. Of course they weren't there, but to my surprise, Josh was.
Congrats.
I can't believe you came to support me. You to like me.
I was already here. It had nothing to do with you.
Josh smiled at me, and my heart skipped a beat. The next day, me and Nessa were on the front page of a national newspaper. Not long after that, I got a call from my dad. I was shocked. He normally just sent me emails.
Hey honey, I wanted to let you know we're very proud of you. Feel free to mention my business the next time you talk to reporters.
Thanks, Dad. I will. Do you think you'll be able to come visit soon?
I'm afraid not. We're in Japan with your sister right now.
Japan?
Sorry, honey, but we'll definitely come when you try out for the Olympics team. That's the big one.
Just then, Clara's voice rang out.
Yeah, anyone can win a national race. An international race is the real challenge.
That's not fair. I worked really hard. You've never won a national race.
We have to go, honey. We just got to the Hello Kitty store.
Then he hung up without even saying goodbye. I couldn't help it. I started to cry, and that's when Josh found me. Go ahead, make fun of me. You know you want to.
I never wanted to put you down. I just wanted you to be real, and it looks like you finally aren't.
Yep, real tears and snot here. As real as it gets.
Come on, I want to show you something.
Josh held out his hand. I felt a rush of warmth as I took it. Josh took me to the fields behind the school and showed me the silly horses. It was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. I approached the mom slowly so I wouldn't spook her.
Whoa. She doesn't like most people. Be careful.
Just then, the mom nuzzled her nose against my hand. Ah, you're just a big sweetie, aren't you, girl? I noticed Josh looking at me funny. What?
I just never realized how gentle you are.
After that day, Josh and I started hanging out more. It was strange and funny, and I loved how kind he was to animals. I was surprised to learn that he didn't actually go to our school.
No way my parents could ever afford that. They've been struggling with money, so I took this job to help out.
Josh, I'm so sorry.
Why we're happy. I love working with horses. Sure, times are tough, but money isn't everything. They're amazing parents.
You're lucky. I mean, don't get me wrong. My parents are great. They're just not around much. But as the months went by, I started hearing from my parents more and more often. They even came to visit. I was winning races left and right, and the media nicknamed me the Jackie Barbie. I was on television, magazine covers. My life was a whirlwind.
Honey, I thought you were going to mention my business during your interview today.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, but only once. We agreed on 4 times. Repetition sells.
Okay, I'll try harder next time. My favorite moments were the quiet ones, just me and Nessa going for rides before sunsets, and my long talks with Josh in the stables. One day our hands touched and I felt that same charge I did before, but this time Josh didn't pull away. He took my hand in his and leaned in, our lips nearly touching.
Ew, are you seriously about to kiss the stable boy?
Clara's timing was the worst.
I have a name. It's Josh.
Oh, whatever you say, Josh.
What are you doing here, Clara?
Just wanted to remind you that you may think you're hot stuff now, but you're still the same old loser you've always been.
Sounds like you're jealous that Jenny's finally getting the spotlight instead of you.
Josh, that's not nice.
Are you seriously taking her side?
I just want everyone to get along. Is that so wrong? Clara rolled her eyes in disgust and left. I was hoping Josh might try to kiss me again, but he left too. At least Nessa was still on my side. You still like me, don't you? Girl, don't give me that look. Thankfully, Josh didn't stay mad at me for long. He even invited me over for dinner to meet his parents. Their house was tiny and chilly from a broken heater, but his parents were the sweetest. His mom made a lot of delicious dishes for dinner. Later that night, Josh showed me the hill where he loved to lay out and look at the stars.
One day I'm going to have enough money to open stables of my own. I'll buy my parents a ranch and it will be filled with horses and happy animals roaming free. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Not at all. I think it's a beautiful dream. Josh gazed into my eyes, and in that moment we had our first kiss. I wish I could have stayed with him on that hill forever, but I had a race to win. Unfortunately, Nessa wasn't feeling well, and we only came in third.
Third place. You won't get into the Olympics with a record like that.
Winning isn't everything, Dad. I'll have to take a break for a little while so Nessa can recover.
A break? Nonsense. She's just a dumb horse. You can replace her. This one looks healthy.
My dad patted another horse on the rump, and the horse angrily kicked its stall. My dad got startled and jumped up. I couldn't stop laughing.
Stupid animals. I'm leaving, honey. We just want what's best for you, and the Olympics are a golden opportunity. I hope you do what's right.
I didn't like the idea of riding another horse, but I didn't want to let my parents down either, so I started training again with a new horse named Clyde. Clyde wasn't the friendliest, but boy was he strong. One day after training, my parents took me to a fancy restaurant for dinner. I insisted on bringing Josh with me. Even though my parents looked down on him for not being rich, they were polite and enough not to say that out loud. But Clara was another story.
Pass me the salt, stable boy.
Get it yourself, rich girl.
I'll grab it. All evening went like that, with Clara and Josh arguing, my parents looking awkward, and me trying to keep the peace, but it didn't work.
I don't have to take this. I'm leaving. Jenny, are you coming with me or staying?
My heart sank. I didn't know what to do. If I left, my family might stop talking to me again. But if I stayed, I could lose Josh.
I'll make the decision easier for you. I'm done. Have a nice life, Jenny. Hope someday you learn to stick up for yourself.
And then he left.
Geez, what was his problem?
Shut up, Clara. You got what you want. The next day, I went to the stables to apologize to Josh. I'm sorry my family were all such jerks to you.
Don't you think it's a little weird they only started showing up now that you're famous and successful?
It's not like that. You don't know them. It's complicated.
They're using you, Jenny. At least Clara is honest enough to be a jerk to your face.
She's not a yerk, she's my sister.
You deserve better than them. I wish you could see that.
Well, maybe you should stick to horses because you obviously don't have a clue about people.
Like you're some expert. You're so afraid of people disliking you that you buy them off with gifts. It's sad.
And with that, Josh walked away. He was so judgmental. For a moment, I almost threw a temper tantrum, but then Nessa leaned down to comfort me, calming me down. I was frustrated with Josh, but maybe he had a point. I decided it was time to make some changes. I stopped mentioning my dad's business and interviews. I still complimented people, but I made sure the compliments were sincere, not empty words to make them like me. I stopped buying everyone expensive gifts too. It's true, I lost some friends when I stopped being so generous, but the ones who stayed were amazing. And the best part was, I knew they liked me for me. On the morning of the race, I knew what I had to do. I was at the starting line with the other racers, waiting for the starting whistle to blow. My parents and Clara were in the stands. The whistle blew, and I turned my horse around, racing quickly in the opposite direction.
Jenny, where are you going? You're going to lose. All your hard work will be for nothing.
Sorry, Dad. Guess I just don't care about winning as much as you do.
You're embarrassing this family.
You do that just fine on your own. My dad turned beet red. Clara started laughing.
Look who grew a backbone. Go get him, sis.
And with that, I spurred Nessa forward and we raced for the stables. I just hoped Josh would be there. I looked around everywhere and couldn't find him. Then I heard a voice.
Did you pay to fix the heater at my family's house?
Look, I wanted to ask permission first, but I knew you'd just say no. It's not a bribe. You don't have to talk to me or even like me. Your parents were kind to me and I wanted to return the favor. That's all. And I finally stood up to my parents. I'm done being a people pleaser.
Good for you. So tell me, what does Jenny the jockey Barbie want to do first?
I kissed Josh, and he held me in his arms. A person's true worth doesn't lie in achievements or fame, but in kindness, sincerity, and the courage to speak their truth.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diana. Before we get into my story, please like and subscribe. I was born in a tiny town in America, in an old house where my mom had grown up. Our cleaning lady once told me that Mom used to be the most beautiful woman around, and when she walked by, everyone stopped to look at her. She'd left for Hollywood, but she returned when she was pregnant with me. But the version of Mom I knew was not very glamorous. She hardly left the house and spent all day watching soap operas. She was obsessed and was always trying to copy the actress.
This woman is the worst actress ever. I can do better. Yeah, that role would have been mine if I didn't give up my career.
Mom didn't say it exactly, but I always felt like I'd gotten in the way of her acting dreams and a different life. Sometimes I kind of felt bad for her, and I tried not to bother her so much. She came in wearing jewelry and some flowy silk gown that was too tight. Did she think she was at the Oscars? She catwalked down the hallway and flirted with all my male teachers. It was so embarrassing. Why did you have to act that way, Mom? Couldn't you just be normal?
What? I'm just being myself. I'm an actress. Looking and being a certain way is all part of it.
Mom, I'm just a kid. I don't care about your acting and all that. I just want you to be a normal mom. Over time, Mom and I grew more distant, and by the time I was 12, we were living like housemates that barely spoke to each other. One time in 8th grade, I'd asked to borrow some of her clothes for a talent show, but I didn't bother inviting her. To my surprise, though, Mom walked in halfway into the show, and she looked totally normal, just like all the other parents. But soon after, a girl was performing a one-man show, and suddenly I saw Mom running up to the stage and grabbing the mic from her.
Honey, that was so embarrassing I just couldn't watch anymore. You have to play each character as if you are the character. Look deep into your soul. Come on now, try it again, and maybe you can do one character with a British accent.
She started speaking in a terrible British accent. The girl looked as confused as the audience, and I was beyond embarrassed.
Hey, isn't that Diana's wacky mom?
I ran away to hide in the bathroom. I couldn't even do my act anymore. Once the show was over and everyone left, I came out to the parking lot to find Mom there.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
Why did you come here? Was it to humiliate me?
What? No, I came to support you.
Then, why couldn't you just sit quietly instead of jumping onto the stage and snatching the mic from a kid?
I was doing her a favor, and she'll remember me forever for those tips. Come on, let's go home.
I'm gonna walk home. In fact, I'm gonna walk all the way to China if that's what it takes to get away from you.
Diana, watch out.
I suddenly felt something hit me with force and I went flying. I saw a blinding white light, and then I passed out. I woke up to Mom's worried face and realized I was in the hospital. Mom told me that I'd been hit by a car, I'd broken my leg, and I had to use a cane now. For how long?
A few months at least. We can't be sure when it'll be fully healed, and you might end up with a small limb.
I'm so sorry, baby. This is all my fault.
That day I cried so much I thought my eyes were gonna fall out. I tried to stay mad at Mom, but I couldn't. She wasn't great, but I knew she didn't wish for this. When we got home, Mom tried so hard to be the perfect caregiver, but I knew she was struggling. It just didn't come naturally to her, but she never stopped apologizing.
Baby, this is all my fault. In times like this, I wish I was more like Carol.
Carol was my mother's sister who lived in New York when I was younger. I always wished she was my mom. She had 2 kids, Theo and Becky, and the holidays I spent with my cousins were my favorite memories. Auntie Carol is quite amazing, and it would be nice to see Theo and Becky.
Do you think spending some time with them would make you feel better?
Yes, yes, yes!
If that's what you want, love.
And soon enough, I was heading for New York. But my first disappointment came at the airport when I saw Aunt Carol wasn't even there to pick me up. When she didn't show up after a while, I called her. It turned out she'd forgotten.
I am so sorry, honey. There was a little situation at the kids' school.
She still looked like the amazing aunt I remembered, but something about her also felt different. And when we got to her house, it was really quiet. As Aunt took my luggage to my room, I wandered into the kitchen to find Theo making a sandwich. Hey, Theo, it's so good to see you. Theo just looked at me blankly, then walked off without a word. What the heck? Didn't he remember me? Just then, someone almost knocked me out with a bear hug.
Oh my gosh, you're finally here. I've been waiting all day. Gosh, I missed you. How are you? Well, I know you're a little sad, but I got you now.
Thank God. Becky was the same chatterbox I knew. We talked and laughed for hours. Hey, is Theo okay? He was so weird to me earlier. Becky's face instantly fell, and she looked like she was going to cry.
Yeah, that's him these days. Mom thinks it's just a puberty phase, but it's more than that. He's changed so much I hardly know him anymore. But at least I have you now.
In the coming days, I got to see the new Theo myself. He never spoke to anyone and spent all his time in his room playing video games. One day, Aunt had to go in to make him clean his room. But Theo started yelling like a crazy person.
Leave my room right now! Get out!
One day, Aunt was having a garage sale, and Becky, me and I were helping her out, when suddenly a police car pulled up with Theo in it.
Is this your son? He was caught stealing cigarettes and magazines at the mall.
All our neighbors were staring at the spectacle, and Aunt's face was red with embarrassment. The policeman let Theo go because he was a first-time offender. But that day, Aunt snapped.
Why have you decided to humiliate me? I work my butt off for you to have everything, and you go around stealing and what you're smoking now.
That's none of your business, and if my allowance was enough, I wouldn't have to go around stealing, would I? So maybe you're not working hard enough.
Hey, stop that! You're being rude. You know your mom worked so hard.
Who asked you? This is a family matter, and just because your mom dumped you here doesn't mean you get to butt into everything.
I was so sick of his stupid attitude. I hit him with my cane, and we got into a fight, and Aunt had to separate us.
That's enough. Theo, apologize right now.
From that day, Theo and I were dead to each other. I didn't care anyway, as long as I had Becky with me. Aunt Carol registered me at my cousin's school soon, which Theo looked very unhappy about since we were in the same grade. On our first day, Theo cornered me right after Aunt dropped us off.
Listen, just stay away from me. Mind your own business, and as far as anyone knows, we are not related. Understood?
It was my first time in school since the accident, and I was nervous. But the students here were really nice. They helped me up the stairs and even helped me find my class. I had a feeling I was going to love it here. But when the bell rang for recess, I noticed the strangest thing ever. A group of boys ordered Theo to pick up their books and put them in their lockers, and he did without a word, like he was their servant. During lunch, I noticed him with the same boys again. This time, they made him fetch their lunch, and while he was balancing all the trays, someone bumped into him, and he fell down, and those jerks all laughed at him. Hey, what's the deal with that boy?
So that poor boy is Theo, and that blonde guy in their group is Billy, and the rest are his minions. They've been hurting Theo forever. One time Theo reported Billy and got him into detention, and since then it's gotten so much. Worse, like they're really trying to punish him. Sometimes I feel bad about not helping him, but we're all scared of those jerks.
My heart broke into a million pieces. Theo was being bullied by monsters, and why hadn't Becky said anything? You must know what Theo is going through. Why haven't you told Aunt all this time?
Diana, Mom works for the company Billy's dad owns, and you don't know how far Billy can go to make someone miserable. He's a spoiled brat, and if he asked his dad, Mom would lose her job in a second. Theo has forced me to stay quiet and says he can put up with it. He says things will be worse if he doesn't.
I tried to understand her point of view, but I just couldn't. This had to stop. That night, I went to Theo's room. Listen, I'm really sorry for the way Billy is treating you, and he needs to be punished.
Didn't I ask you to mind your own business? And it's not how it looks. I do stuff for those guys and get paid for it.
You get paid to run around like their errand boy. That's humiliating. Let me help you.
No, you'll make it worse. It's just for a few more months and then we'll graduate. I'm handling it just fine.
No, you're not. You are hurting, and everyone close to you is hurting too. Can't you see it?
Leave me alone.
But I just couldn't. So the next day I made videos every time I saw Billy bully him, then sent them to the principal's email address. The next day, I felt a million butterflies when I found out that Billy had just been called in by the principal and suspended for 2 weeks. Not long enough, but a little justice. But when I got home, Theo was furious.
I told you to leave it alone. He's going to come back and have my head.
No, he won't. The principal knows now.
You are such a dumb, nosy idiot. You think the principal will actually take serious action against someone like Billy. Thanks for ruining my life.
For the entire 2 weeks, he was so paranoid and looking over his shoulder and the date Billy was supposed to be back. I noticed tears in Theo's eyes. I silently prayed that he'd leave Theo alone, and that I hadn't made things worse. For the rest of the term, Billy's father also reached out to Aunt Carol to apologize and promised that his son would not be bothering her family again. After it was all over, Aunt Carol turned to Theo in tears.
I should have known I'm such a bad mom.
No, you're not, Mom. You're the best, and I'm sorry for all the hurt I've caused you.
And then he pulled me into their hug too.
Thank you for everything. I really owe you one.
I'm just happy to have you back, cousin. From that day, things changed. Theo started to get better and becoming his old self, and my leg had started recovering too. I would now walk for short distances without my cane, and I didn't have a limp. One day, we were having dinner when someone knocked on the door. It was Mom, and she looked different. For the first time, she looked happy. She told us she'd gotten an opportunity to be in a big movie in LA, but she turned it down to take me home.
I'm so happy you're getting better. I want to be there for you during your recovery. I'm learning slowly, but I do want to be the best mom for you, really.
Mom, I really appreciate that, but you have to take that role. You'd be crazy to turn it down.
What?
It's your dream, and I'm happy here. Go to LA, become the biggest movie star, then come back to me. I know you love me, and I love you too, but sometimes the best way to show love to someone is by loving yourself.
Hi, I'm Soleil from Monterey Bay, and my life was a nightmare until I turned 15. Before I continue, please like and subscribe to Fareeb. I was born with a condition called macrodontia that meant my teeth were much larger than normal size. It wasn't a big deal, but people were giving me a hard time for it. Like one time in 4th grade, I was waiting in line for picture day when my teacher, Mrs. Smith, pulled me aside.
Sweetie, I need you to keep your mouth closed for the picture. No smiling, okay?
You don't want me showing my teeth, do you?
It's just that you're such a pretty girl, and your teeth just may be a bit distracting for the picture.
It's not my fault you think my teeth are distracting. I have a condition, you witch. Maybe I shouldn't have called Mrs. Smith a witch. It landed me in double detention. But luckily, I told my parents everything that had happened, and they were furious. They got my teacher fired for discrimination against a kid, and I felt pretty pleased with myself. Though unfortunately, kids at school started making fun of my teeth after the picture day incident. I ignored them most of the time, but sometimes I just wanted to slap their dumb faces. The only thing that helped me through the day was singing after school in my room. It was my dream to become a singer, but I was way too shy to sing in public. Then one day, everything changed when a new girl came to our class. Her name was Lydia, and she was a famous child actress. I'd loved her movies ever since kindergarten. She was literally my idol. We were even paired as lab partners and instantly became friends. I told Lydia all about the bullying and my witch teacher, Mrs. Smith, and she was so sweet.
Those people are dumb. You're perfect just the way you are. Just stick by my side, and none of the bullies will ever bother you again.
Soon, I found out Lydia was right. Whenever I was with her, the kids left me alone. I was untouchable. By the time Lydia and I were in 8th grade, we'd become besties. But when we got to high school, things got a little crazy. On our first day, kids started staring and whispering at us in the hallway. Within seconds, everyone pushed past me so they could take selfies with Lydia and ask for her autograph. This went on all morning, and by lunchtime, I decided to study in the library for some peace and quiet. Then suddenly, as I was walking to a table, I tripped over someone's shoe from behind. We both fell forward, and I landed on top of some girl. Get off me, you jerk! Jeez, I'm sorry, it was an accident. Please! I know who you are. You're the new bodyguard of that teen actress Lydia. You think you're so important that you don't have to look where you're going. First of all, I don't think that at all. And second, I'm not Lydia's bodyguard. I'm her best friend. Haha! Well, she's telling everyone you're her new bodyguard. If I were you, I'd find out what that's about. The girl got up and stormed off. What was she talking about? I found out later the girl's name was Kara, and everyone was super creeped out by her. Part of it was because she wore black lipstick and dyed her hair white. The other reason was because she just sat in the library all day and never talked to anyone. So I probably shouldn't take anything she said seriously, right? But her comment about me being Lydia's bodyguard was just so weird. So I decided to confront Lydia about it, and when I did, she got really quiet.
I have to tell you something. I have a stalker. He's some obsessed fan who's been sending me weird letters that he's gonna kidnap me and we're gonna get married. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it. I just really need a bodyguard.
Whoa, I had no idea. But wouldn't it be better if you hired some big, tough adult? I mean, I can't fight a weirdo stalker.
Soleil, you're my best friend. You're the only person I trust. I don't want some stranger following me around 24/7. Please, I need you to do this for me.
Okay, don't worry. I want you to be safe. So I'll be your bodyguard. Lydia was really relieved, and I was glad I could protect her. But soon I discovered being her bodyguard was a living hell. Not only did I have to follow Lydia everywhere, I had to show away everyone who tried to talk to her. Lydia just didn't trust anyone, but her fans blamed me for it.
I just wanted to know where Lydia bought her bracelet. I'm not trying to hurt her, you jerk.
Then one day, things got really out of hand. I was walking Lydia down the hall when this muscular jock tried to shove me.
Out of my way! Buck teeth! I want to talk to our local movie star, aka my future girlfriend.
Lydia just looked at her phone, and I knew that meant she wasn't interested and didn't want to deal with him. Sorry, dude, but Lydia doesn't want to talk to you. And as her bodyguard, I'll have to ask you to leave. At that second, the guy grabbed my shoulder and I had no idea what he was gonna do. I turned to Lydia for help, but I didn't see her anywhere. Instead, some girl pinned the guy's arms behind his back. It was Kara!
Leave her alone, psycho! My mom's a cop and can have you locked up so you never see the light of day again.
Kara let the guy go and he ran off. I was amazed that she, of all people, had defended me. Wow, Kara, I can't thank you enough for protecting me. I was so scared.
Don't get used to it. I just felt bad for you because you're the bodyguard of that stuck-up princess. Notice how she just walked off while you almost got beaten up?
Kara walked off, and I realized her words made sense. Lydia had abandoned me, and worse. When I kept calling and texting her, she didn't answer. The same day at school, I saw Kara walking into the auditorium, which was empty. This girl was so mysterious. I followed her inside, and seeing her, my jaw dropped. She was playing the piano, and she was incredible. Holy croosh! You're a pianist. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. Please don't punch me. But you're really good, dude.
Oh, you again! Yeah, I play the piano, but I'm not that good. I mean, I kinda am, but I could never play in front of other people.
I totally get what you're saying. I've always wanted to be a singer, but I've never had the guts to sing in front of anyone.
So, why not sing something now? Come on! No one's here and you've heard me play piano. It's only fair.
I took a deep breath and started to sing something. And for the first time, I saw Kara smile.
You're not bad at all, Soleil. You should try out for the spring showcase. If you do, maybe I'll accompany you.
I felt my heart race. Was she serious? At that second, my phone rang and it was Lydia. Girl, where have you been? I've been calling you all day.
I am so sorry, but you have to come to the school parking lot. My stalker just showed up.
Oh no! I panicked and hung up the phone. Then I ran out of the auditorium, totally forgetting about Kara. When I got to the parking lot, I stopped short when I saw Lydia kissing some guy. Lydia, what's going on? Where's the stalker?
Oh, this is him. I decided in the end, I like him and he's cute.
What? Why would you like someone who stalked you and made you feel unsafe?
He didn't stalk me. Stalk me. He's just some guy who hit on me at the mall, and I wasn't interested, so I thought he might stalk me. But I took his number anyway, in case I wanted to give him a chance. And I did.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how exhausted I've been being your bodyguard? Some guy even grabbed me, and you left me to make out with some stranger.
Well, I thought if I told you the full truth, you wouldn't be my bodyguard. You have no idea what it's like to be me, having to talk to fans all the time, and being a celebrity. You've never even had a real friend before me. It's fine. It's just, you have no idea what I've gone through.
What the heck? I was too angry to even answer her, so I just stormed off. I couldn't believe Lydia. Maybe it was tough being a celebrity, but did she have any idea what I had gone through? Being bullied my whole life and never having friends. I decided then and there I was done living in Lydia's shadow. I was trying out with Kara for the Spring Showcase. It was my turn to shine. So the next day, I auditioned with Kara, and it went amazingly. The director was blown away by our talent, and I had no idea what I'd been so scared of. We were in. Craziest of all. All the other performers were chosen, and we got the last spot. But just as we were walking out of the auditorium, I saw Lydia sitting in the back row, and her face was white with rage.
How
off, and I was so confused. How did she and Kara know each other? And why did Kara say grandpa?
In case you're wondering, Lydia and I are cousins. You guys may be friends, but I'm the only one who knows she's a two-faced witch.
What? You guys are cousins? No, wait. Look, I know Lydia can be a little selfish, but she's not a bad person. She totally saved my life in middle school. All the kids were teasing me because of my teeth, and she protected me. Lydia's the only one who's seen me for who I am as a person and not what I look like.
Oh, babe, you are just too naive. Come with me, and I'll show you what kind of person Lydia really is.
Kara caught my full attention, and I followed her to Lydia's locker. I watched as Kara picked the lock and took out a worn-out journal.
This is Lydia's diary. I like reading it for my own personal entertainment. I swear, if people knew how evil she really is, she wouldn't be famous. Look at all this stuff she says about people.
I grabbed the diary from Kara, and to my horror, it was filled with nasty comments about every kid at school. And then I saw something that broke my heart. Lydia had cut out pictures of me and colored in my teeth with black marker on the page she'd written. I don't know how much longer I can pretend to be this freak's friend, but her loser status makes me feel so much better about myself. Before I could stop myself, I burst into tears. My whole friendship with Lydia had been a lie. Kara put her arm around me.
I know it sucks, but at least you know the kind of person she is now. I'll help you get revenge. We'll crush her at the showcase.
Thanks, Kara, but I think I just need to be alone right now. I went home and ditched the rest of my classes. I didn't come out of my bedroom for 2 days and refused to go to school. I was just so depressed and I felt like such an idiot. And then my mom came to my room with some news.
Soleil, I know you're suffering right now, but I wanted to tell you something that for sure will cheer you up.
What is it?
Your dad and I finally saved up the money to get braces. We can finally fix your teeth.
Why? Because I'm too ugly for you to look at?
Of course not, sweetie. This has nothing to do with looks. It's just better for your jaw. If we get this fixed, it'll be easier to brush your teeth and eat and take care of dental hygiene.
Mom made a pretty good point. So that week, I let her take me to the orthodontist and I got braces. They were super uncomfortable, but I felt better knowing I was finally going to take care of my teeth. Then finally, when I was back at school, I spotted Lydia. I posted the pages of Lydia's diary all over Instagram. Now everyone knows all the awful things she wrote about them. Whoa, Kara. I know she's a jerk, but isn't that kind of low?
Not as low as faking being your best friend for years, and everyone deserves to know the truth about her. Trust me, Soleil, I still felt a little weird about it.
But I knew deep down, Kara was right. As we walked on the stage later together, the audience cheered and whistled. Don't be afraid of the decisions you make, because life is all about making choices and learning from them.